What's going on, guys? Today we got a new video for you. Today I'm going to show you a couple things I hate about my car. That doesn't mean I hate the car, it's just a couple things I don't like about it, but regardless, we're going to go ahead and change into some normal clothes. And just like that, we have changed. But first thing we got to do is clean the car. Also, real quick, I want to plug my own brand. So this is SpeedFreaks Performance. So this detailing product is called Speed Coat, and it's basically a ceramic waterless car wash. Same thing as like a wax. It's infused with SiO2, which is the main property in ceramic and waxes. What you're gonna do is spray this onto your vehicle when it's wet after you washed it and you're drying the car, or use it as a waterless car wash. And if you have any debris or something you want to clean, go ahead, spray the area and then wipe it off clean. I'm offering it at a fairly cheap price, I would say, compared to some of the other popular brands, but if you guys want to give it a shot, I'd really appreciate it. So if you want to use a product after you wash your car, once you've rinsed it, we'll just go ahead, just spray it on there, and we'll just dry it off like normal. Alright guys, we got the car all cleaned up. Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt the car smoother, like the paint. I think it's because I used that wax and wash from Chemical Guys with the Speed Coat, but yeah, it looks really good, I think. Of course, when I'm done washing, someone decides to start grilling, get ash all over my car, but we're about to head out to the store anyway, so. But yeah, if you guys want to buy any products from SpeedFreaks, I'd really appreciate it. 5% of all the profit we make gets donated to dementia charities, so it's going to help support those with dementia research as well as care for them. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get back to the video. Of course, it started raining right when we were about to shoot the video, so we couldn't do that, but we did have a special guest stop by with his SQ5. So there's no corners cut on here. They got the RS6 wheels, they look pretty good. So this car right now has a catless downpipe, it has a CTS intake, and right now we're going to work on putting the IE intercooler. So it started raining on us in the middle while we were working on this, but you can see intercooler looks pretty good. We're just gonna work on finishing things up right here, and hopefully we can get out of here today. That one guy that just has any random toy you can think of. So this is what the stock heat exchanger looks like. It's super small. It's almost the size of my foot. No, actually it's smaller than my foot, but its replacement is a whole lot bigger. It looks cooler. Right guys, so stopped recording, but we got everything buttoned up and finished, and right now it looks super clean. I'm about to record this cold start because it sounds super mean. Guys, just made it to our spot where I'm going to be recording the video. Looks pretty cool. So we got a long empty road, but it's a neighborhood, but this is our spot for our vehicle. So let's get a quick little B-roll for the car. I just want to show you guys, look how beautiful the sky is right now. Alright, so I'm actually going to reshoot part of this video. I had a microphone that I bought online and the quality on that just sucked, so I'll go through the first 3 things again, and then to you it'd be the first time, but whatever. Right, so we're going to go ahead into the first thing I don't like about the car. I guess it's just how big the brakes are, how heavy this car is, and all in conjunction makes so much brake dust. I just washed this a week ago. I haven't even driven the car that much and it just threw so much brake dust. I hate washing wheels too. Like I said, the brakes are super good, but brake dust is annoying. Right, number 2 would have to be this chrome trimming. Not a big fan of it. I mean, it matched the car when it was stock. It looked more like sophisticated, but I kind of just like the murdered out look. The mirrors look kind of cool, but I don't like the window trim. Again, I know that's something I can change, but that's just my opinion. I don't like it. I don't hate the car, I just don't like that. Number 3, can't do the 3 that good, but it would actually have to be the tail lights. So we'll close this real quick. But these tail lights are super basic. The C7.5 has the sequential one. I wish I could get the C7.5 ones, but they're like $400 each, and then you have to wire the sequential. So we'll roll with these. They look all right, but not the best. Trying to think of more things is actually hard because a lot of the things I didn't like I've already fixed, or they're like very minor things. But let's see if I can think of anything in the interior. Actually, just looking at the exterior of the car, I just thought of something I didn't like. Let's see if you can notice. So pay attention to the wheels, how low the car is on this side, and then we'll run to the other side real quick. And I don't know if you can see, but this side is actually lower than the other side. I can barely fit 2 fingers just like that. And now on the driver's side, I can actually go 3 fingers in all the way. That's actually because the air suspension is leaking. So this isn't pertaining to every car, because not every car is going to have leaky suspension, but mine just recently started doing it super bad. And like after 30 minutes, the airbags leak all the air and my car's like slammed on the passenger side. And the air suspension is cool, but a lot of the issues that C7 and 7.5 owners have with it, I think it just makes it a burden. I would be completely fine with like a static suspension, but I got an option with the air ride and it's cool and all, but again, I guess it had to be number 4 thing that I hate about the car. So actually stepping into the interior, one thing I just remembered too is I don't like the sound system on this car at all. My car came option with the Bose. It doesn't have Bang & Olufsen, which would have had like the little things right here that pop up. But the Bose sound system is terrible. The bass is not there. It just sounds very I really don't like this sound system, and super expensive to upgrade a sound system, so that would have to be number 5. Number 6 would actually have to be the infotainment. It just looks very outdated. I mean, this is any car, any older vehicle with an infotainment. I know technology always gets outdated, but this one doesn't look that good at all. I mean, if you look at like a BMW from the same model year, it looks a lot better. I think Mercedes is probably worse than this, but yeah, the infotainment just looks very dated. Okay guys, unfortunately we're gonna have to get nitpicky here. I can't think of any more things. I think we're on number 6 right now, but number 6 would have to be the body style for the rear. So if you see the car, here's the top body line. You see it bulges out a little for the door, but then you get down to the rear. This does not really bulge out that much. Like, I'll try to put a picture of an S7. You can see the S7 has like an actual wide body, but the S6 just looks very straight, if that makes sense. I wish it would be a little more aggressive. I know the styling of the car, it's an executive sedan, it's not supposed to, but I think it'd be nicer to have that bulge right there. So for my next thing, we're gonna have to go back in time to before I modded this car, but the stock exhaust on these cars is so restrictive and it just sounds terrible. Before adding, actually the mufflers was the biggest difference, but after adding a catless downpipe, removing all the resonators, with the stock mufflers, the car was still super quiet. It wasn't until I got some universal valved mufflers from Valvetronic that the car exhaust really opened up. So I guess it's the mufflers, it's too restrictive for the exhaust. If you want to tune this car, you really got to make sure you do something with the exhaust, because you're going to have way too much back pressure. So I'll add a clip right here of what the exhaust sounded like before. And then probably do an after or something, but yeah, it took a lot of work to get the exhaust to sound really good. So thinking back to earlier in the video, we did the intercooler or front heat exchanger for my buddy, but I think that's gonna have to be the 8th thing on my car that I don't like. You can actually see down here, but my intercooler is probably just as tiny as the one from the SQ5 with a smaller engine. I think they actually use the same intercooler for my car and for the 3.0T. Basically from where the Quattro is down, that's how big the intercooler is, that's all the air it's getting. After upgrading the grill, if you saw that video, you are going to get a lot better airflow. But alright, so this is me throwing a feature clip in of something I just thought that I hate, but I really wish my car would have came with the 360 cam as well as a heads-up display. We just got the normal backup display and yeah, no heads-up display. So night vision, it's not something I really cared about. I know a lot of people make it a big deal, but those are 2 things I wish I would have. But alrighty guys, that's gonna be it. I really couldn't think of anything else that I hate about the car other than like super tiny nitpicky things that are probably specific to my car only. But regardless, wanted to make sure I could get some content for y'all. But if you liked the video, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you liked about it, and Let me know some suggestions if y'all have anything else you want me to make about the car. Peace. I thought I was gonna hit y'all, didn't y'all?